Who are the best players of the last 25 years? Well, today we are going to explore that answer in our new quarter-century series. We'll spotlight the top picks at each position, taking into account accolades, stats, and most importantly, legacy and meaning to the fans and franchise, starting with the New York Knicks. Before we dive in, if you like narrative-driven NBA content, please give us an assist with a like and subscribe. It helps the channel more than you know. Over the last 25 years, the New York Knicks have been a roller coaster of heartbreak and hope. Star scorers and gritty role players have led through good times and bad, but all have the only in New York feel. First up, the candidates for the prestigious position of point guard. This means carrying the weight of the Garden's roaring expectations, orchestrating plays with swagger and smarts to ignite a passionate pressure cooker fan base. Chris Duhon deserves a mention. He was the steady hand bridging the chaotic Isaiah Thomas era to Mike D'Antoni's run-and-gun vision, highlighted with his 22-assist explosion in 2008. His brief two-year stint brought a taste of organized basketball. Raymond Felton, in two separate turns in New York, was a key cog in that 54-win 2012-13 squad. Burly and strong, he'd bully to the rim and dish in traffic. A physical floor general next to an aging Jason Kidd with clutch pick-and-roll play that was perfect for the team's needs at the time. The homecoming kid deserves a mention with Stephon Marbury, bringing that Coney Island flash, killer crossovers and pull-ups. His drama aside, he symbolized unfulfilled potential, which he would later be recognized for in China, and we're more the happy for it. Leaving a bittersweet legacy, he was almost a generation too soon, as prime Marbury would be killer in today's league. And then there was Linsanity that had a chokehold on not only New York but the basketball world as a whole. Although the stats were good, they don't capture the phenomenon of those few weeks in February 2012. This Harvard kid went from sleeping on couches to dropping 38 on Kobe and the Lakers, turning MSG into a frenzy. Positive vibes everywhere. Global icon for Asian American hoops fans. There were even talks of handing the keys of the franchise over to him from Carmelo. As crazy as that sounds, and you're right, that would be crazy, but you just had to be there in the moment to understand why. It was true underdog magic that still gives Knicks faithful chills.
Quick jump shot short, Jeremy Lin the rebound.
Give him those jump shots, just don't let him put it down on the floor.
Lin likes the open floor, spinning, puts it up and banks it in!
Yes.
Sensational play for Jeremy Lin. And the
he's
Garden
enjoying.
crowd on its feet again. Jeffries another rebound. Lin for three. Bang! Lin on the drive, gets inside, banks it in! Wow!
How about that?
But our final pick for New York's floor general is easily Jalen Brunson. Although early into what looks like a deep tenure for the franchise, he has transformed the Knicks, 2 All-NBA nods, and immediately leading epic playoff runs. Already top 6 in franchise playoff points and assists after just a few years. Crafty footwork, hesitations, mid-range daggers, Brunson's a throwback assassin with a modern spin. In New York, he's won the fans' hearts, restoring faith with quiet leadership and an all-time hard-working mentality. He's the type of point guard that the NBA, the Knicks, and the fans deserve, and it's pretty safe to say he'll be joining the all-time greats of the franchise when it's all said and done.
Brunson sees an opening, goes inside, draws the foul, shot is good, and one.
Brunson has been the catalyst. He's made all the big hoops now.
A minute remaining, Brunson at three. Bang! Jalen Brunson does it again! Timeout Rockets!
Finney Smith on Brunson now. Before they had Williams on it.
The former teammates, Brunson fires for three! Gives it back to Brunson. 5 to shoot. Brunson off one leg. Got it. Oh,
are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Benson guarding Brunson. He splits the double. He's fouled. And it goes. Jalen Brunson and one.
Thompson digging in defensively. 8 seconds. Brunson stops on a dime. Launches. Oh, yeah! Jalen Brunson buries it. Knicks lead by 3. The Brunson burner ignited.
Wow. Talk about some stones, creating some separation right there.
Over the last 25 years, the Knicks' shooting guard position has been a roller coaster of electrifying scoring bursts and defensive grit, often shining as a beacon of flair and toughness, yet struggling with consistency amid the franchise's turbulent eras. He'll be on other teams' lists in this series, but Jamal Crawford's 4-year stop with the Knicks was filled with ankle breakers and buckets for days. His yo-yo dribbles and logo threes were pure entertainment. Dropping 52 in 2007 in the Garden, we couldn't resist giving him a mention. The fans fed of his energy as he did theirs whilst providing a show. Another high-energy high-energy fan feeder more recently was Donte DiVincenzo. Long-range bombs, hustle, relentless boards, fiery D, the Big Ragu chants everywhere. Pure chemistry with the Nova Knicks in Brunson and Hart. Donte brought an edge that left a mark on the franchise even for how brief it was. He still has some portion of fans pleading for his return. Latrell Spreewell also brought a similar feel in a different approach. A ferocious open-court slasher with lockdown D, he helped in the early 2000s revive the franchise with post-Ewing grit. Fans loved the warrior spirit Spree had, reaching a cult-like status now in his post-playing days. He can often be seen at the Garden, embodying the once a Knick, always a Knick moniker. With the position's shallow depth across the last 25 years, it's easy to forget the impact some had like with J.R. Smith, a microwave scorer on one of the best teams in the modern 2010s. Numerous heat-check threes and acrobatic finishes, he was easily Melo's best teammate of the era, which is both good and bad respectively. J.R. was an unpredictable spark with a pure bucket-getter swagger. It was NYC chaos personified. But for the top pick, we couldn't look past the steadiness of Allan Houston, the early 2000s scoring leader and all-star. His silky jumper, off-ball wizardry, and textbook elegance just felt like classic basketball. In turbulent times, he was the opposite of Smith, all class and rarely phased. The media called him Mr. Reliable. He has become a franchise ambassador post playing career hosting roles in the front office and their G League affiliate, the Westchester Knicks. With his work in the local community, Houston has earned himself the label as one of the good guys in sports. Despite a hefty contract and persistent knee injuries, ultimately he'll be remembered a fan favorite as the beacon of pure shooting, clutch scoring, and a symbol of grace under pressure.
Van Gundy calls a play a triangle. That usually means something for Ewing. Allan Houston.
Houston ducks under. Got it! With 8-10 left.
He is the hero on a tough day. He seals the deal.
A sweet redemption for Allan Houston. And the New York Knicks have become the second team in NBA history to knock off a number one. An 8 over a number one, only the second time in NBA history.
Okay, we are going for the shit sandwich here next up with centers. It's slim pickings to celebrate, so let's acknowledge some of the bad first. Both Eddie Curry and Joakim Noah encapsulate the Knicks' failures of their time. Curry's tenure had his offensive promise overshadowed by injuries, defensive shortcomings, and off-court issues that failed to justify the investment in a city demanding results. Likewise for Noah, who struggled to reclaim the tenacity and defensive dominance he showed at the Bulls before signing with New York. A declining performance along with injury-riddled seasons turned Noah into a well-intentioned signing, but ultimately a bust for the money. Speaking of injuries, but a more positive track here, Marcus Camby was a fan favorite, brought in to take over form Ewing. Although he had small stints of success, injuries and altercations would cut his Knicks run short, which all felt a bit premature. Fans remember his defensive tenacity fondly, but his trade reflected the franchise's desperation to escape mediocrity, albeit unsuccessfully. The opposite can be said about Tyson Chandler, a pick-and-roll beast delivering elite rim protection, leadership, and a Defensive Player of the Year award that anchored the Knicks' best season in decades. He brought a championship pedigree that everyone respected. With media calling him the missing piece, he was a rare win for the franchise front office and the fans. And similarly, the same can be said about Mitchell Robinson. From undrafted to defensive anchor, Mitch screams homegrown potential emerging from obscurity to become a rim-protecting beast. His freakish 7 feet 1 inch frame and 7 feet 4 inches wingspan, jaw-dropping athleticism, and defensive instincts are game-changing. Big Mitch is already the leader in blocks for the franchise since the turn of Y2K despite limited time on the court. Robinson is hoping to put the durability issues behind him to be a Twin Towers pairing with our top pick here. And that top pick is of course Karl-Anthony Towns. The shortest tenure for any top pick cat is a strong return on the blockbuster trade that had immediate impact. A versatile 5-time All-Star, Cat is a unique blend of elite 3-point shooting and post dominance, highlighted by a 30-point 20-rebound outburst against his former team Minnesota. With that stat line, he joined another inside the paint Knicks legend Willis Reed, as the only players to record 30 and 20 in franchise history. After long-standing trade rumors, it appears a no-brainer of a win for the Knicks in this deal. Towns transformed the Knicks offense and just oozes pure basketball talent for every fan to see, already adding iconic and series-defining moments against Detroit. Towns has stepped into the sky-high expectations at MSG and proven his shoulders can carry the burden of the position, and if sustained, could join Pat Ewing and Willis Reed in the exclusive and elite list of all-time Knicks centers in franchise's history.
It goes. There's the double. There it is.
He's seeing it everywhere. Alley-oop to Towns. And that's the way to beat the double team.
Towns gets it, count it, and a foul. What a brilliant.
Trying to create contact. Towns with 4 to shoot. Driving a Durant. Fall away. Oh my goodness. How did Towns make that? Falling out of bounds. Puts it on the floor. Shot clock at 8. Towns. Long 3 from Towns. Oh my! Karl-Anthony Towns gives the Knicks the lead. Some huge catch shots down the stretch. victories as a Knick after spending his first 9 years in Minnesota.
It's power forward time. The position has been a dynamic blend of explosive athleticism, gritty rebounding, versatile scoring, and bully ball and skill. Let's start with an often overlooked and unsung hero in David Lee, a double-double machine in the darker years for the Knicks. Lee quickly became a fan favorite at Madison Square Garden for his blue-collar work ethic, diving for loose balls and battling in the paint with a skilled, high-post game that included crafty passing and efficient finishing. Although his time ended with a trade that reflected the Knicks' constant pursuit of star power, real ones will always appreciate the one guy who showed up every night. Next up, despite a shaky exit from the team, Kristaps Porzingis left his mark on the franchise, a roller coaster of sky-high potential and crushing setbacks, truly embodying the unicorn hype as a versatile 7 feet 3 inches star in the making. From the skinny unproven Euro boot on draft night to a rare blend of rim-protecting blocks, logo-range threes, and fluid post moves, Kristaps gave the franchise faithful hope for the future until a devastating ACL tear robbed him of his rise and tensions with the front office grew. Despite the bitter end, Porzingis' brief brilliance left a lasting mark, symbolizing the tantalizing what could have been for a franchise desperate for a cornerstone. And that is how we have a tie for our top spot here with Amar'e Stoudemire and Julius Randle. They share a common thread. Both arrived with ambitions to be the cornerstone of a franchise desperate for a leading man, both relishing the chance to take on the spotlight to revive Madison Square Garden's glory, although their paths were shaped by different challenges and legacies. Stoudemire felt like a consolation prize in the LeBron sweepstakes free agency, but came in anything but. Unleashing thunderous dunks and relentless energy as the Knicks' go-to scorer, he became an instant fan favorite. Early on, he delivered, with scorching scoring runs with strings of 30-point games that answered the question, could he dominate without Steve Nash, and simultaneously revived MSG's roar. Persistent knee injuries derailed his prime, limiting his minutes and effectiveness, but make no mistake, he was the precursor for the Knicks' relevance again, a lone player that accepted the challenge when no one else dared. And uncannily, history would repeat years later as Julius Randle would be the next to step up to the challenge of the starman in MSG. He embraced the first option role with his physical bully ball style, transforming from a criticized newcomer to a most improved player and all-NBA star with triple doubles and clutch buckets that had MSG chanting his name. Randle's gritty resilience shone through and echoed his commitment to carrying the team through adversity, including fan boos and injuries alike during inconsistent stretches. Since departing the team through the Towns trade, fans now view him differently with hindsight as the heart of the team that started the new era. Randle's perseverance through adversity mirrors New York's own, making him one of the defining figures of the Knicks in modern times. Both players' desire to be the Knicks' cornerstone and willing to accept the challenge made them fan favorites, embodying the city's hunger for a leader. Despite shortcomings, both matched the relentless pressure of being New York's top dog.
Guarding him. Lands right up into him. Fakes, drives, Randle to the basket. With a head of steam. Here's James to the basket. Stoudemire came over and got the block, and Sean Williams is fouled. Amar'e Stoudemire with a big block.
Raises the iron, thought he was fouled. Ball loose, picked up inside, and tomahawk. Absolutely tomahawk.
Well, they're 7th and fewest turnovers per game.
Good double by Rubio, but then
Julius Randle. Randle spins, gets inside, layup is up, it's good, and the foul! Julius Randle gives the Knicks the lead.
4/10 of a second, down by 2. Stoudemire for the win.
Will it count? Will it count? Randle on the drive, stripped by Butler. Randle gets it back. Randle puts up a three. Bang! Bang! Randle knocks down the three with 7/10 of a second remaining.
Randle stumbling, bumbling after turning it over previously. Regained his composure, able to get the ball to go. And much to the chagrin of this partisan crowd.
Now our final position, the small forward. We already know the top pick, but still let's dig into the tough, versatile wings who do it all. Quentin Richardson was a forgotten board crasher and sniper from 3. A glue guy in a dark era, double-doubles kept fan spirits up and was viewed as the heart and soul who gave it his all. RJ Barrett was another whose determination was clear on the court. A slashing lefty with positive vibes, his rookie potential sparked post-Porzingis hope. With growth through ups and downs, he became a symbol of rebuild patience. And although OG Anunoby is proving a prosperous return and also worthy of a mention here, fans still mourned Barrett's trade away.
Get a shot up. This is for the win. Oh, it's good. 5-point game. Barrett drives on Westbrook, gets inside and throws it down.
Much like Wilson Chandler and Danilo Gallinari, both foundational pieces for a franchise desperate for stability, each bringing unique flair to the wing position, Chandler embodied versatile two-way grit with athletic bursts, whilst Gallo brought a Euro-flavored game with smooth perimeter shooting and crafty drives during offensive scoring explosions. However, their shared tenure and promise ended abruptly in February 2011, with the blockbuster Carmelo-Anthony trade leaving fans with a brief what-if of their too-big-do-everything swingmen. Next we have Josh Hart, a non-stop motor showcasing rebounds, the odd three, defense and triple doubles that has made him a beloved figure at Madison Square Garden, embodying the relentless hustle and all-in mentality that New York fans crave. A clutch gamer with a fierce desire to win despite being undersized at the position, Hart's blue-collar grit symbolizes the unsung hero who elevates the team without needing the spotlight. Hart is a breath of fresh air and rarity in a franchise often chasing marquee names, and like many players before him in the same mold, Hart will go down a Knicks legend appreciated for his play that doesn't appear on the stat sheet. But speaking of marquee names, it couldn't get more marquee than our top pick here, Carmelo Anthony. Melo's tenure in New York was a defining chapter in the franchise's modern history. As he arrived with the ambition to be the superstar anchor and first option, he delivered electrifying performances that rekindled the Garden's pulse. Although his era fell short of championship glory, his time with the Knicks is more about legacy left. The blockbuster deal with Denver for him signified the level of star player that evaded the Knicks front office since Ewing. Anthony embraced the weight of the role, given the hefty trade price, wielding his relentless rim pressure, buttery jab step, and smooth jumper to become one of the league's best scoring artists. His Knicks run is filled with iconic moments like his 62-point masterpiece or his clutch Easter Day battle with Derrick Rose and the Bulls. Adored by many for his scoring prowess and his personality, especially his hoodie mellow persona during off-court workouts, he resonates deeply in a city that loves the bold and charismatic. Inconsistent team success, clashes with management left some questioning whether he could have done more, but retirement has been kind to Melo's career, with many pointing out the lack of support featured around him. Even his biggest detractors can now appreciate just how good Melo was in hindsight. Despite the lack of deep playoff runs, Anthony's impact as the Knicks' cornerstone, blending one of the deepest scoring bags in history with Hall of Fame polish, made him unforgettable, embodying the city's hunger with his play on the court while symbolizing the franchise's eternal chase for greatness.
This last lead was 9-8. Back in the first quarter, Anthony driving and slamming it down. 34 here in the first half. Anthony's going to try and get one more shot off from half court at the buzzer. Oh, he puts it in from half court. Carmelo Anthony knocks it down. 37 first half points. Anthony drives, pulls up, gets to the spot, nails it again. Shumpert gets it back to Anthony for three. Bang! Carmelo Anthony with 49.
The alley-oop, Mike? Yep. Yeah, they just said that play.
Anthony bleeds in. That shot is good. Carmelo Anthony with the greatest scoring game in Knicks history. He's got 62.
They're going to bring him out now so he can feel the crowd, the love of the crowd for Melo.
The highest scoring game ever here at the Garden.
Final seconds. Anthony fakes, puts it up for the win. It's good!
Good looking, gets it to Anthony. 5 on the shot clock. Anthony one dribble, that's a three. It's good! Carmelo Anthony from way downtown. He's got 40. Knicks down 3, should the Bulls foul? No. Anthony for 3. Bang! That one goes down and the game is tied. And the Knicks will reset down by 2. Mike Woodson not calling timeout.
And I like that move.
In the hands of Anthony. Anthony for 3. Puts it in! Knicks by 1 with 8.2 remaining. And again, you've got a 6'9" guy on you. He's a couple of feet again beyond the arc.
There you have it, the Knicks' all-quarter century players, heartbreakers, heroes, and hopefuls. What do you think? Did we nail it, or who did we miss? Drop your takes below and let us know which team you'll like to see next. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe for more narrative-driven NBA content.